As best as we can get today. So today what we're going to do is we're going to be cooking a chicken, walnut and pomegranate salad with zucchini fries for the side. Okay, but before we start, what's really important is that we have a glass of wine so we can relax after a hard day's work. I prefer red. Not too sure what you like. You've got white or red. All right. That's the trick. Okay, so like I said, we've got two dishes. Now what I've done is I've put together 4 different meal plans: a plant-based, a vegan, a protein, a low carb. So these 2 recipes come out of those plans that I've put together. So what I've done is, just to really show you, because even I need sometimes direction, it has like, that's a zucchini one, and then the instructions behind it. That's the salad with the instructions behind it as well. So it helps us to keep on moving. So I hope you're really enjoying the group. I hope you're really enjoying the cooking, because it's not about being a chef, or it's not about doing things exactly. It's about having some fun, getting some confidence, having a glass of wine, a bit of entertainment. I can't get on top of here and dance because, well, maybe I can after a few wines. I could dance on top of the table. So what we need to do is, first, we only need to put the oven on at 200 degrees Celsius because we need that for the zucchini fries. And all we need is a fry pan to cook the chicken, and everything else will work in together. So the first thing we're going to do is that we know the chicken has to be cooked, but we also know that we have to get those zucchini fries in the oven because they're going to take about 20 minutes to cook. So first of all, what we're going to do is, I've decided to leave the skin on the zucchini. Reason being, it gives you some crunch. We want some crunch, right? So let's turn this zucchini, it's quite big looking zucchini, isn't it? And we're going to cut it into fries. So I hope you can see my board. We're going to cut it down like so. Then I cut it in half, right? Then what I do is I flip it on its back, on your back, and I cut it into little fries, like so. You see? Once again, just cut it, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. 1, 2, 3, and I can do 4 on that one. Now zucchinis are great. They hold a fair bit of liquid as well. So there we go. We've turned our zucchini into fries. A great way for the kids that make sure that they're having the veggies, or also the adults, because we also like having our veggies as well. So we've got that put to one side. Now what we need to do is we're going to put the zucchinis, and my advice is to make sure that you get as much water off the zucchini as possible. Just pat it with a paper towel to extract all the water before we put it into the breadcrumb. Okay, so I've already prepared some breadcrumb into a bowl, and what we're going to do is we're going to add some thyme. What thyme? It's thyme as far as the herb. Okay, that goes in there, sprinkle that on top, and also we're going to add some oregano as well, but you can also mix it with whatever flavors you want. Remember, these recipes They're just a guide. Really make it your own according to your taste and to your family taste, because this is basically going to coat the actual zucchini so we can make into fries. Okay, so let's mix that, and then most importantly as well, we need to add some salt and pepper. Cucaracha, cucaracha. See, I told you it's entertainment today. Whoops. So we've mixed that in. Salt, pepper, oregano, thyme, and your breadcrumb. Okay. And then we have 3 eggs I've beaten up. No, I didn't beat them up, I just used a fork. Okay, like so. Now let me grab a tray. Like so. Make sure that your tray has a bit of oil on it so it doesn't, you can use a spray. I'm just going to drizzle it with a bit of olive oil. And then someplace, I will find the brush. And then you can be Picasso, Michelangelo, and you can just paint. Okay? Just paint that. Okay. I make so much mess in this kitchen. Okay. So, zucchini, make sure your hands are clean. What you need to do is first put it into the egg. And then into the breadcrumb mix. Shake it all about. Do the hokey pokey. And turn around, but I can't. Then you just put that onto your tray. Okay? Just keep on doing that. Dip the zucchini. Don't be scared to get your hands dirty. This is street cooking. That way you get some confidence and just put it all into it. So what I normally do is, I'm impatient most of the time. Well, not all the time. I put all of my zucchini into the egg. Alright, and then I mix it. So it's in there. So as long as you have a coating so that the breadcrumb can stick onto it. Like so. Some tongs, and I'll just mix it with the tongs. That's a better idea. Okay, let's put it into your tray. So you can cook this in the oven, 200 degrees Celsius. Make sure your oven's preheated for at least 10 minutes so it's nice and hot. And you will cook these for about 15 to 20 minutes. It all comes down to the crunch that you're looking for. So just make sure it's all in there. This is a really good system actually. Just using the tongs and just using the tongs to make sure you get good coverage. Just like so. Doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Just have a go. That's what it's all about in the kitchen. I think a lot of people, I don't want to generalize, but it can be boring, it can be a big chore to cook. So it's best to make it as fun as possible, because if it's not fun, if it's not enjoyable, if you can't have a glass of wine and cook what you want to cook, it becomes boring, and then you'll just end up picking the phone up and calling Uber, and that's it. So like, I probably just learnt to cook most of the time when I was watching my mother, and that's what I did. But I got to the point that when I was losing my weight, I was very inquisitive. So I wanted to learn how to cook and still eat, yummy food. And I'm all about losing weight for the very last time. So I'm not about taking things away from you. I'm about educating you. I'm about giving you information. I don't promote pills, tablets, fasting, taking snacks away from you and all that sort of garbage. I talk about real food. So that's what I'm all about. So make sure that if you are new to the cooking show, fantastic, welcome. You join my Facebook group, you'll get lots of tips and ideas and that will help you as well. Okay, so the zucchinis are ready to go into the oven. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side. My oven's already on. I just need to adjust, make sure it's okay. Yep, it's on. Okay, so now that the zucchinis are in the oven, the zucchini fries, they'll take about 20 minutes to cook, and we've got them in there ready. So we're on to our second dish. So this is double trouble today, double trouble. So I'm going to put this to one side. So that way I have room. I can see somebody there, and that is beautiful. Okay. Hello to everyone. Bit hard for me to see from this direction, but it will definitely be posted afterwards. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to now prepare the walnut pomegranate chicken salad with a nice dressing on top. So the first thing we want to do, and the only thing that we're cooking today on the stove, is the chicken. So what I've done is, to be a bit more time conscious this time around, I've just cut up about 200-300 grams of chicken breast just into strips. Okay, so the strips like this, and I've just dressed the chicken with some olive oil, salt, pepper, and I've just added some extra oregano on top of my chicken. So let's fire up the hot plate. Okay, hot plate's up, plates to one side. So don't be scared. So we need to cook the chicken first. That way we want the chicken to rest a bit before we put it on top of the salad. Okay, because once we do the chicken, then everything basically is just thrown all together. Okay, so that is done. Just want to wipe the board. Don't want to get any cross-contamination. So while we're doing that, so this recipe, we need to make the actual dressing for this. And the dressing is delicious. So the dressing has got honey, mustard, olive oil, cinnamon, lemon, and I think I've already said orange. That's the dressing that's going to go on top of the salad. It's really tasty. Okay, so this is a really nice recipe, especially now we're coming to summer. And you don't have to be chicken, you can replace chicken with whatever protein. You can modify the recipe if you're vegan or vegetarian. It really is one that you can do. Okay, chicken goes in. Okay. Thirsty tonight. Oh, that's such a nice drop. It's a Sicilian wine actually. It's really, really nice. So while that's cooking, and I hope you got your glass of preferred wine, or if it's not wine, water, whatever the case may be. We have to enjoy ourselves, people. Like, we're going to make things fun. Okay, I'm going to put my wine to one side. So now, here we go. We're going to make the dressing. Okay, so with the dressing, we want to add orange first. Now, if you love gadgets, I know Lady Lisa's watching. You're going to love this gadget. This is a new gadget. Now, look at the size of this thing. It's huge. So, what it does, I don't have the one which I use my hands to do the orange. I've put some orange up. I just slice it up, like so. It goes in, and I push down, like so. Orange juice. Amazing. Okay. And there's the old orange. Okay. Another one goes in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. That goes in. Okay, so now we're going to add all the other ingredients. We have got cinnamon. You need 1/3 of a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon is fine. That's all you really need to have. Alright? If you don't have the gadgets, it's okay. But, I don't know. If I'm going to cook, which I'm cooking all the time, and I like to have gadgets just to make my life a bit easier. It's fun as well. I look forward to it, knowing that I don't buy them. My fiance Loretta buys them. So there's always new gadgets in the kitchen. And hey, I mean, it turns me on having new gadgets in the kitchen, and away I go. Oops, there's a chicken. Okay. Now, we've added the cinnamon. So what we need to add is some lemon juice. There we go, lemon juice. We need to add also some olive oil. And we need to add some mustard. So making sure that this is all cooking. Keep an eye on that. The zucchinis are frying. We need to add 2 tablespoons of the mustard. Just normal mustard. Two. And we also need to add 3 tablespoons of honey. I'm using a different tablespoon for each one. Honey is very funny because obviously it's gloomy, buggy. And that's done. That's really nice honey. It's a Manuka brand. Okay. Let's keep an eye on the chicken. That's going well. Mustard to one side. So now we have our dressing. We need to give it a whisk. So I don't have a gadget for this one. So I'm going to use an old-fashioned fork. Yeah, Loretta knows her stuff, alright. So I'm just going to whisk that all together. So once again, what I'll go through. So the dressing is 3 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of mustard, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of orange juice, and about a teaspoon of cinnamon. So this is your dressing. Wow. Wow. That's really nice. So we have our dressing ready. Okay, to one side. The chicken is almost cooked. Like I said, if you want to make it a bit more brown, you can go for it. All you have to do. I have a habit of always cleaning when I'm cooking. I know if I'm working in a clean space, I tend to work better. But each to their own. No, I'm trying to look professional, but I'm not really professional. There we go. Just to move it around a bit. If you want a bit more brown to it, I don't need to add any more to it. So what we're going to do is next, we're going to double check to make sure that the zucchini fries are going well. Yeah, they're going really good actually. We're going to turn off the chicken, and that's done. Now what that's been done, I saw somebody say that they love pomegranate, but the thing is, the seeds can be a real pain, right? The seeds. So how do you get the seeds out there and not lose that? Well, I saw a technique on YouTube. So if you don't know something, we just tend to YouTube it to find out how we do it. So this person said that what you need to do is first is cut right around, not into it, just cut into the skin. All right, so let's see if I can do this the first time on Facebook Live without making a mistake. Okay, so I've cut into the skin. Aha! And we have two pieces. So, now the next step is to massage it. I'm a very good massage. I'm always giving my fiancée a massage around her neck. She's always sore. Yep. No going to masseuse around here. We got me. Isn't it right, babe?
Totally.
Totally, she says. Totally. So what we're going to do is just massage it, loosen around the edging. Right? Loosen the edging part. Whoops, there goes the do it. And I need a bowl. So maybe Loretta can grab me one. So loosen it. So that's how you do it. Can you make sure that's rotating, babe? Okay, thank you. Let's do that, everyone. So what we're going to do is, she's one of my biggest supporters, probably is my biggest supporter. She supports me whatever I do. Okay. So what we're going to do is, we're going to spank it. Like we're going to spank it, like spank, 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 spank. And what we need to do is put your hand out like that and through here. And then with a wooden spoon, like we used to get spanked at school, we're going to tap it. And it's going to go through our fingers. Tap it, tap it. This is great. It's a way to get aggression out for the day. Tap, smacks. See? I'll probably get in trouble for pomegranate abuse. Okay, it might go viral, might become famous. And look at that, all the seeds are out. There you go. If you don't learn anything else, at least you know how to get the seeds out of a pomegranate by cutting it, flipping it, and giving it a good old spank with a wooden spoon. There we go. It makes a bit of a mess though. And there's your seeds. Okay, let's move this to one side. They won't move anywhere, it's fine. I'm going to clean this. And because we're making for 2 people, the zucchini fries are just about done. Let's have a look at the zucchini fries. I'm not done yet. Okay. 2 plates. 1 and 2. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is just dress each plate with some iceberg lettuce. There we go. There we go. Okay. Next, we're going to add some rocket. Put some rocket on top. As well. Now I cheated. I cheated on you. Yes, I cheated. I organized and cooked some zucchini fries already, and they're in the air fryer. Okay, but I've cooked them in the oven as well, but I want to cook some in the air fryer so you can get to see what they look like as well. Okay, rockets in. Rocket Man. Do, 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 do. Okay. If I knew the words, I would be. So what we're going to do is now is add some chicken. Now you can add the dressing while the chicken's cooking, but it will just evaporate really quickly. So I've saved it for the last. Okay, up to you how much chicken you want, depends on your portion size. I did put up some information on my group page about portion size. Okay, that's gone out the window right now. So what we're going to do is now, we're going to start to dress it. First of all, add a bit of dressing on top. God, this looks so yum. So we can start that to absorb inside the chicken. Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to add a bit of salt and pepper on top. There. And then we have some sliced orange. Cooking's good also because it gives you an opportunity to be creative. Like if you're behind the computer all the time and you have clients, I'm back to back with clients most days, mentoring them online, which I absolutely love doing. But there's times that you need to be creative, and one thing about I enjoy about cooking, it brings out the creativity, and you're able to switch your mind over from, working all day and which I love mentoring my clients and helping them lose weight for the very last time, to a point where you can have fun in the kitchen and do what you enjoy. So I put the orange on there, oranges. Now, pecans. Okay, we're going to put some pecans just there. Just sprinkle on top. I've added on this one here that I didn't put into the ingredients some olives. Okay, like a bit of. They're the Kalamata olives. Just put as many as you would like. I'm just trying to make it even so I can show you the finished product. And then we're going to put the pomegranate on top. Need to find my sponge. And then you can add the rest of your dressing on top. I've got my new mic coming in next week, so that way it's a cordless one. It's good to show you that I'm cooking for two. Most of the time when people do cooking, they just cook for one plate. So it shows that the amount of effort is required when you're cooking. Whoops. For two. Bit of dressing for then. I better clean that up. Just wanted to show you, and I'll take some pictures how they look. Look at that, isn't that delicious? One and two. So the zucchini fries, which I have done, which I will show you what I've done. Okay, here we go. And there are the zucchini fries. So, tonight's menu is the chicken and walnut orange pomegranate salad with zucchini fries on the side. And believe it or not, they do come out even better in the oven because they get a lot more crispier. Now, I know tonight's episode has gone for more than 20 minutes, but it's once a week, and I really am very grateful and humble for those who are able to come and watch it on live. I know it's of your time. It is pre-recorded, so if you've missed anything from tonight's show, the ingredients and how to make it, you can see it from first hand. These recipes do come from my meal plans, which are available on my website, which I will put a link down below, where they are divided into vegan, vegetarian, protein and low carbohydrates. Each plan is for 14 days and you get about 40 to 50 recipes with meal plans, with a shopping list, and basically that's breakfast, lunch, dinner and a treat. So, and you also get nutritional detailing in the breakup of the protein and carbohydrates, how many people that meal will serve, and how many calories if you're a calorie counting person. Like I said, at the end of the day, all you need to do is just enjoy yourself in the kitchen, make it fun, be creative. I hope this inspires you just to have fun and to gain the confidence that you don't need to be a chef. I'm no chef at all. Just have some fun. And that's what it all comes down to. So I really hope that you've had some fun this evening, and this will be a delicious meal for you to have. Once again, I'll put all of my details into the actual comments down below, and I really hope that you try this dish, and please post any photos that you do. Any questions you've got whatsoever, please come onto the group, Losing Weight for the Very Last Time, because I'm all about long term. I don't take anything away from you. I encourage you to eat all food in moderation, watch your portion size, but to enjoy it and not to stress about it. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to losing weight for the very last time, and what I did was, when I decided to lose my 80 kilos 16 years ago, after 30 years of on the merry-go-round diet and the roller coaster, the moment that I decided to be the boss, instead of the diet companies being the boss of me, is the moment that I moved forward and I did my very last diet. So just imagine losing weight for the very last time. Imagine fitting into those clothes. Imagine the health and the confidence and self-esteem. Imagine the clothes you can fit into. Imagine the joy that you'll have. Imagine the freedom, whatever it gives you. Imagine all of that you can get from losing your weight for the very last time. And the weight loss industry will be out there and they won't promote that. But I don't care about them. All I care about is you, because they will prey and they will take advantage of the vulnerable people out there who are desperate. Don't be desperate. Follow me. Join my group. Losing weight for the very last time, where I don't take anything away from you. I add to you and teach you to get a better understanding when it comes to losing weight for the very last time, and understanding the emotions that are going through you when you want to eat extra because you're happy, sad, celebrating, bored, whatever the case may be. I'm Silvestro, and once again, thank you so much for being part of Let's Cook. I will see you next week at 6 o'clock. And don't forget, Mondays at 10 a.m, I've got Let's Chat, if we talk about everything weight loss and health and well-being. Until next time, I want you to live your best life and lose your weight for the very last time. Thank you.